everyone, and welcome to the Friday Underground stream. Tonight we're gonna hit some topics, including the writer's strike and what I think is the main reason, the real reason for it, and I think it's kind of funny. We're gonna have Whoopi Goldberg saving comics with menopausal comic books. It's gonna be fantastic. If this works, then I think Harrison Ford is gonna have a brand new comic book as well. It's gonna be about old men and how to control the sagginess in our testicles. It's going to be glorious. So, it's an interesting time. And the dangers of AI, and the AI voice technology. I'm not sure if anyone's heard about that one yet, but oh my God, there's some crazy stuff happening right now. But yeah, we're gonna hit some of those. First, let me say a quick hello to everyone on the panel. Angelus Draven, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. Yeah, I'm a little tired because I worked last night, so I got a little bit of sleep. But I'm looking forward to talking about what you got planned.
Nice. He just flew in, and boy, are his wings tired.
They are tired, and then watching wrestling later. So yeah.
That's right. Yeah, looking forward to that. Chris, man, we haven't had you on in over a week. I know you're a little under the weather. How you feeling now, man?
Feeling better. I'm glad it's Friday.
That's good. Excellent.
Yep.
That's it.
Yeah, spring is in the air.
All right. Spring is sprung.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, we got some more cool people here. We have the Doc. We have a Dega Outlaw. How you doing, Doc?
I'm doing good. Glad Chris is back. Can't have him if he ain't laughing. So it's good to have you back. Yep.
Yeah. It's an infectious laugh. It's a great thing. And his insight is always it's awesome and hilarious. So
absolutely.
Looking forward to hearing how he weighs in on some of these topics. And we have our old man hillbilly himself. We have Adam Shawhan. How you doing down there?
I say there, boy, I am doing fine. How are you doing, Vinny?
Not bad.
Yep. He's been hitting the weed.
We're fighting a good fight. I wish everyone was as happy, but I'm not burning a cauldron of weed right now. I don't do that stuff. But Adam, he partakes medically, so there's this cauldron. Bless you, Adam. But he's good people, man. Good people. Speaking of good people, we had Tina Bojan dropped in earlier. She was the first one in, saying hello to the chat. She had tickets to go see a movie, so. Yeah, I'm not going to promote that movie, but I hope you are entertained by it. Adam was saying hi to people. We got Toy Mafia in the house as well. Draven was saying hi to everybody. We got Keely Chow. What's up, man? Hope all is going. I hope all is kosher. Lion Bratton, how you doing, bro? Always great seeing you. Samba Gogo, he's also in the house. Monotony, what up, Tony? If you got some time, you want to drop on in, please do.
1 week.
Sentinel. Yeah, man. So let me pull up our topics here. And
you nerds with your one
nerds.
Noise.
Oh my God, dude. That must be like if you're really into Zelda, man, that must be like killing you right now.
Mm-hmm.
What is?
You got 1 week until the Tears of the Kingdom releases.
Well, I thought something was leaked already. Someone had it on the computer for download.
Dude. Oh, okay. Not only that, but the whole Kotaku thing. You hear about that? What Kotaku did?
Mm-mm.
Nope.
So I'm not generally one to side with Nintendo because I think they're a piece of crap company in terms of the way they treat their consumers. Yeah. But basically, I have to side with Nintendo on this one. The day that Metroid Dread came out, the Switch game there, the latest in the Metroid series, they put out an article explaining how the emulation community is thriving, and that here's how you can basically set up and emulate Metroid Dread on your computer. So they posted that article, and that's like a holy crap. That should be a black flag. Like you should be blacklisted from that. And then they followed up with something else, and then they started throwing a tantrum when Nintendo didn't give them early access to Tears of the Kingdom.
Wow.
And so here's where it gets even worse. So Nintendo kind of gives them the cold shoulder on that, because it's like nobody's entitled to early access. You just didn't get it. Sorry, buddy. Sucks to be you. So on top of that, they go, oh, you're not going to give it to us? fine. So they write this big article about like how fascist Nintendo is, and they put like a World War II photo of a guy on like an American plane. And he had a bunch of Japanese flags checked off. He's like, "This is how I feel about
Oh my god!
And then on top of that, they went and made an article about here's what we got from the that jackwad that hacked the got the game out and put it out on the PC. They're like, oh, here's all the info we got from the leak. Have fun.
Wow. So
Yeah.
basically, they're just trying to tank Nintendo because they're making too much money. Because that's what it looks like here.
Kotaku is a freaking parasite, man.
Yeah,
They're going down anyway.
Oh no, that was Vice that went bankrupt. I was thinking it was
Gawker Media, yes.
Vice, Wired, they're all going down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of these companies. I mean, they go in the way of the banks. It's crazy. It's definitely crazy what's happening right now. But they should mind their own business and take care of their own stuff. Nintendo, I think, is doing a great job. Mario movie was entertaining. It busted $1 billion. It was something for the whole entire family. There's some soft criticism here and there on certain things, but other than that, I mean, the movie I thought was great. They tried to leak it. I mean, I know Chris told me about that.
Yeah, that was not cool. That was
that.
Not
No,
cool.
that was not.
Even though I'm not a fan of the movie, I still think that is not. You don't do that, man. Like it's still in freaking theaters.
Yeah, because they were trying to stop it from hitting $1 billion. So they figured if they put it out there on Twitter and other places, that people wouldn't go to the theater to see it. They just, it's right here on the internet illegally. No. That is evil. You're hurting someone's business.
I thought they were gonna do that. They were gonna pitch Nintendo versus Twitter and get Twitter taken out before a certain election cycle.
Well, who knows? Maybe they're still going to do something like that. There's plenty that they could still attack, including I know Robert F. Kennedy Jr. They said his numbers are surging now in the polls, and it's making a lot of people very nervous. So they might do something, but I don't know. Like I said, that's a whole other topic.
Yeah.
Danger. But I think it is kind of funny though. I mean, the guy's been preaching certain things for a very long time, and he's being ignored. But now that he's running president, they're trying to hide him. They're like,
I didn't know we were going to be talking Star Wars. I see the image that you have up. I didn't know the background of the Hutts, so maybe it's going to be a good discussion.
This is Smokey Bones. I'm going to save the comic book community with menopausal me. So, seriously, this is what her comic book is about. It's about a menopausal woman who becomes a superhero.
Alrighty.
Way to cheapen the genre.
Right?
I need a knife to stab my eyes.
I think our AI he's trying to calculate it as well. And he's going, I don't think it's going to say.
I thought that was her weight he was trying to calculate.
$1, Bob. $1.
Is her sidekick a T-Rex?
Can I
No, it's a T-bone.
Well, I would really love to know, like, what is the obsession and the fascination with celebrity actresses who want to make comic books about menopausal women? Because the one from Game of Thrones also did that as well.
Oh, Mom, was it Methods of Mayhem or no, whatever the hell it was?
I don't know what it was. The acronym.
Oh yeah, it was the menstruation power.
Yeah, when she had her period, she'd like get superpowers.
Yeah, dude, it's.
Yeah,
I don't
know.
Extra bitchy. Extra bitch mode.
Do you guys remember Faith? I think it was Image Comics did that one. It was this like 900-pound ham beast. Yeah, and she's like sitting on she's like bending a telephone wire and stuff, and she's like superhero. Like Hillary Clinton was her idol and stuff. Who wants to read that?
I don't know. I'm sorry. Someone was requesting some news from Hans Cock. So this is your old pal Hans Cock, and yes, Karen Johnson, aka Whoopi Goldberg, is definitely menopausal, and she's definitely trying to make a comic book with Dark Horse. I think the choice of a company was very interesting as well. She's screaming a certain agenda, but you know what? If she makes money, God bless, because I got a comic book in the works as well. It's going to be about my sagging testicles. It's going to be glorious. If we could talk about women in their menstrual cycles and how dried up they are, I think we could talk about old men problems. What do you say? Who wants to sign up for my next comic book? I'm not
Just
doing
as long
a
as I don't
comic
have to
book
look
on
at the images.
I'm not doing a comic book on that. It's just satire. So relax, everyone. No, it's
Take my money. Take my
no.
money.
It's again. This is people being crazy. It's like
Yeah.
make something for everyone. This comic book is clearly not for anyone. So what's the demographic? The demographic, is it just the women who watch The View?
Yeah.
That's a small market. And this is somebody who's actually had artwork that was shown on The View.
Oh,
Wow.
God.
Yeah.
How much do we think it'll make?
Nothing.
Tens of dollars.
10
Tens of dollars.
cents
Yep.
of dollars. Yeah,
Yeah,
10 cents of
this
dollars.
is-
Well,
Yeah,
this is in line with the whole, like, what they're doing with Star Wars right now, too. You know, the whole, they're going to make another Rey movie. Woo! And they had that, like, the obese woman who's of a certain Hawaiian snack bar aficionados explaining how that's more important than the actual story.
Yeah, dude. See, there's a problem with all this stuff, and I still don't understand why they're going this direction. But there's a reason for the writer's strike, and it is attached to this certain agenda and stuff that's happening because
it's
they
not
are
selling.
they are not making money anymore.
Nope.
They are not. They're falling flat on their faces. Companies that are doing it right or mostly right, they're attacking like crazy. Again, Nintendo. They're going after Nintendo.
Yeah, that's
Disney
insane.
shills and all that. We're seeing everything. All the attacks are getting online, and none of it was justified. You have the critics that were paid off to try to talk shit about the movie. Case in point, what's her face? Grace Randolph. Well, that's just a car. Yeah, she was going hard on Mario, acting like she's never even heard of what the hell a Super Mario Brother is. She's an Italian plumber. Oh, I don't understand. I thought Italians only make pizza. I don't know. This is weird. Why is Bowser obsessed? Why is Bowser obsessed with a Princess Peach? This is kind of racy.
Yeah, that was weird. That's a very inappropriate thing in this day and age.
Yeah, it's
What,
sorry.
heterosexual interests? Yes.
It's again, that movie is based off of a video game that was silly anyway. I mean, it's literally a plumber going through pipes and portals and fighting things that don't exist. Let's face it, people are getting too high strung about all this stuff. It's a kids movie. It's the stuff everyone kind of knew. It's a cute thing, whatever. But Hollywood doesn't like it because certain agendas weren't pushed hard or were removed in a big part, and this upset them. Disney doesn't like that someone else is competition, so they try to do their best to try to harm them. But anyway, it leads back to the writer's strike. This is what it's about. They're trying to now go on this strike. So those favorite shows that you've been wanting to see and those great movies, well, all the writers are on strike. So now there's not going to be any of this stuff for the next couple of years. It's whatever was in the pipeline or whatever's filming at the moment. And then after that, it's going to dry up until the writers get what they want.
Promise?
Yeah, promise? Yeah, exactly.
Where do I sign to pay up for that? Because that's like a golden parachute right there.
Well,
Yes, dude.
not only that, but the writer's strike reminds me of when I worked in video games. Okay, the whole entertainment thing in general is kind of funny when they have like these organizations or these what do they call them, like the
unions?
Like a workers union or whatever, where they're like, we're going to put leverage on the company by banding together and going on strike. Dude, you work in an industry where there's a low demand for talent and a high supply. If you want to get out of line, then guess what? There's 1,000 other schmucks behind you that are willing to jump in and do your job, and they can probably do it better.
Oh,
so, yeah, go ahead, do your strike.
Yeah.
See y'all.
Yeah, well, and that's it. Frankie put out that tweet. He's going, so if you guys are looking for, really great writers, people who don't have any weird agendas or anything like that, it's like, I'm available. And he goes, I'll work for half the price that these chumps will have been draining people for. So
now it's like a perfect opportunity for like independent to like step in and be like, hey.
Well, that's why they have guild attached to this. So without being part of the Writers Guild, you can't work for these people, and that's why independence. It's the way to go. Indie books, indie comics, indie movies. If you got something and you're working on, work on it. Get it out there. You know, because this stuff where people are just pushing these weird agendas, it's odd. And now, I know there's an argument to be had about culture wars and whatnot, and people who use those terms. I think those terms are BS. Just listen. Just make good stuff for everyone. Period. That's it. And everything's fine. You don't have to stick certain quotas and everything else. Do like they did in the 70s and the 80s. Just make awesome stuff. Write whatever you want to write, as long as things are natural to the story. Nothing should be forced. You don't have to check off any specific boxes. Just, hey, if you're doing like an army book or a comic book or a movie or something, you just say, all right, who would kind of fit in this format? Who is doing what around this time? You go with like the time period, or if it is something brand new, well, then you can put anyone you want in there. Just make things natural, make things normal. Don't go fucking forcing like a 1% weirdos and people with mental issues into your projects, because people are going to see it. When it's forced, people see it. When it's something natural and awesome, and yeah, everyone's fine with it, and it usually does well. That's kind of how that works.
Well,
it's not.
I kind of have to. I have to sit on the fence with this one because I see both sides. To give you an example, think of teachers. We have crap teachers, the vast majority. There's very few good ones left. But the teachers also aren't being paid very well. If the teachers' wages were doubled or tripled, only the highest quality people should get the job, and we'd be assured fantastic education because we have fantastic teachers that competed to get the job. However, there is, again, with the teachers, it could be with the writers, whatever, the union and the producers and the other people above want crap. So it's kind of a catch-22. I understand the strike, but if we had reasonable people above it that were paying the bills and would hire good people, then I would go along with it. So it's... I listened to Script Doctor. And we know he's a script writer, and he's a real good guy. And he explained a lot of this, and a lot of it makes sense, except for the fact that, again, like I said, the people that are hiring these jerks are jerks themselves.
Oh yeah, I watched it happen when I worked in the video game industry. They get in, they infiltrate, they like toady or crony their way up the system to a decision-making position, and then they open the curtain and let all their buddies in. The problem though is it's something I noticed when I changed industries. Is creative industries attract the wackos. Like when you're in like, you know, like my current job is about as far away from entertainment as you could possibly get. And like, there's a lot of zero BS. You know, it's kind of like the difference between math and science versus art and reading, where you can't bullshit in math and sciences. I mean, obviously you know, with our current corruption of our education system, they're trying to make 2 + 2 = 5.
And there's certain things with science that they
can get bought off. they can get bought off. But the point is science and math is a zero bullshit, like it's a zero bullshit field. And the people that get attracted to that are generally zero bullshitters. They're not. I mean, sure, a lot of them have social problems and they're probably like autistic and shit. But for the most part, you're going to get a very forthright and honest individual doing that. But when you're looking at things like art, things that are very highly subjective, or the right brain, you know, people that are very emotionally driven, you're going to get the purple hairs and the Kool-Aid people. And you're going to get, and the sad thing is I didn't mind that until they got too much power. Like, you kind of need the crazies to a degree because it keeps the squares from, you know, turning us into a full-on 1950s nightmare. But at the same time, they went out of control. It's like it got tipped too far.
Oh, I know that. But no, what I was saying before was in terms of indies and indie creators. That's what I meant. I didn't mean people who are attached to these guilds and all this crap. No, I was talking about if you're going to create something, you know, without the influence of Hollywood or their paycheck, you could make good quality stuff, you know. It's just, the thing is that we're trying to find other venues and outlets to get more eyes on these campaigns and on these projects and stuff of that nature. That's what the tough part is. See, what Hollywood did is they poisoned everything. They're hemorrhaging money all over the place. They're hurting on that side, but they're using it as now that's going to be the excuse of why. Oh yeah, certain things are failing or no one's interested because the writer's strike happened. So that's the cover up they're going to use. Sorry, you're putting out really bad quality movies and you're putting odd things in there. Shang-Chi, that movie tanked. Ant-Man and the Wasp or the Quantum shit, that flopped. You had Buzz
Guardians
Lightyear.
looks like it's gonna.
But yeah, Buzz Lightyear completely flopped. I'm kind of crossing fingers on that Guardians thing as well because I don't like that writer director and the choices that he does in his life that bled over in a big way. What got him fired essentially, But don't forget how Hollywood is. They look the other way if there's someone else lining their pockets or telling them what to do. So there is a lot of nefarious, weird stuff that's in Hollywood. But again, that's why they're going to use the writer's strike as a cover-up for their shortcomings at the box office and in television. Because everyone's saying it. The quality of television dropped dramatically. No one's watching regular TV anymore. It's only streaming services, and those are falling off now as well in a big way.
Oh, yeah. Disney ain't making any money.
I haven't had cable since 2015.
Yeah. I mean, and that's it. It's it is a sad thing all around because I remember quality television. It wasn't that far away. There was still some really good shows, and there still are some things I haven't seen yet that I'll probably go back and watch when I have time. But like Breaking Bad, I enjoyed the hell out of that. Everyone says like Narcos. There's certain things that are really good. The Wire, everyone's a big fan of The Wire.
Have you seen From?
No.
So I think it's on MGM or whatever, but you can get the free if you have Amazon Prime. You can watch the first season for free. Yeah. And there's a lot of warning flags going off on the series because it has the whole J.J. Abrams like black box kind of thing going on. But like at the same time, it starts off really good. So the premise is there's this town somewhere in America, I guess. It might not be America, but it seems that everybody that gets trapped in this town comes from America. And they're just people that are riding on random roads, like in New England, Texas, Kansas, Alaska, wherever. And they just happen to go into this weird backwoods town. And then they can't get out. No matter how long they drive the road, they're like, okay. Yeah, and they're like trapped in this weird purgatory. But it gets weirder than that because when the sun goes down at night, these demons come and eat them. And they can assume fate. They can assume appearances of people that like harmless people or whatever. And there's these weird wards that somebody found, like these like little like totems that they can put on their houses to make it so that people can't come in unless you let them in. But obviously, a few people get tricked. In fact, that's how it opens with this little girl who lets this grandmother in because she gets tricked, and it's just it's like violent, like it's like horrific gore. We're talking God of War 1 gore, and it's an amazing. Like the first season, I would give it a 10 out of 10. I really loved it. I loved all the actors and everything.
What's it on?
It's on Roku TV, I believe. It looks like
it's MGM streaming service, but you can get the first season 1 for free if you have Amazon Prime. Just type From in, and it's really good. My worry though is this is kind of how Lost started, and every other J.J. Abrams thing, where it's got this really cool build up. You're all
and no ending,
and it just goes nowhere.
Damn.
But I don't want to urge people to get into it to get let down yet again, especially with the writers thing. If like nobody's going to work on it, they're going to destroy it because that's what destroyed Lost.
Damn.
But I mean, I haven't had cable in 20 years now, and I don't miss it. And I only have one streaming service at a time, and then I cancel it. Like like when Netflix had Cobra Kai, I watched it, and then as soon as I finished binging, I canceled it. Right. If you're into that stuff, I would definitely check out From, because I binged it and it was freaking amazing.
Yeah, I'll have to make a note of that. Real quick, Tina. She says if you trust my bad takes, Mayor of Kingstown is awesome and Tulsa King is good too. I heard great things about both. You don't have bad takes. The quality of Marvel movie that. That's another argument.
Your Marvel takes are usually bad.
But you know what it is though, Tina? You're not someone you're not preaching about this stuff. Like you're not saying boycotts.
Yeah, there's no hypocrisy.
There's no hypocrisy. It's like literally you've told me your husband, your family, you like to watch those things. That's great. And I know a lot of times you've complained after you've seen it, like, oh, like what are they doing? So that's all fine. I know sometimes I get a little heated myself about what those movies are and what they're doing and the people who create them. Like I said, me personally, I'm not going to support people who allegedly have done bad things. Very, very public bad things. I've showed it before on my streams. All the tweets that he had put out, and someone who jokes way too much about kids. We'll just say that and leave it there. There's a reason why he was fired. The reason why he was brought back was a whole other topic of discussion, and then it was almost like, oh well, DC still wanted to hire him, so screw it. We'll get him back for Guardians. Like, wow. It's really gross. It is really gross. Like, they just all look the other way. Plus, they wanted to use those actors in other movies. So, and they were boycotting Marvel themselves, your Batistas and all that in favor of Gunn. So, like I said, the whole thing is dirty. That's what I can't stand about all that stuff. Stig says, open that up. Yeah, if YouTubers had boycotted Disney, like the Virtual Signal, yeah, with 20% conviction of the Bud Light boycott, Disney would be dead. Yeah, and that's the thing. Those YouTubers won't do that, and that's how you know things are. They are a grift.
No, because then they lose their revenue stream.
Well, that's exactly it. Their hate gets them money, essentially.
Yep.
And it's sad. I mean, I know there's a lot of people who just want to hear and see a lot of that stuff, and trust me, when we hit certain things, we try to approach it one from a creator's perspective, writers, artists, and whatnot. Two, we look at what's the message they're actually putting through in this stuff, and you can see it from the trailer. I'm not watching these movies. I don't want to watch these movies. I'm done. The Spider-Man one, the No Way Home, I'm like, all right, I'm content with that. Spider-Man was good. I saw the Doctor Strange 2. I saw it for free somewhere. And I'm like, okay, it was Sam Raimi. I said that was kind of my last one. I was hesitant too. I didn't see it right away. I was hesitant about that one. But for what it was, whatever. There's some things I liked, a lot of shit I didn't. I don't need anything else. I did not see Shang-Chi. I did not see Eternals. I did not see the last Thor movie. I'm done with them. I think what they're putting out is low quality. They're going bottom of the barrel at this point. They're trying to, again, try to grab the success that they had 10 plus years ago. It's not happening because now you have all C and D-list characters and agenda-driven throughout. And that's what the problem is with this stuff. People don't want to see that. Well, with what happened with the lockdowns, what happened with everything, entertainment suffered in a big way. They were being force-fed a lot of things that nobody wants. And it shows. It shows in a lot of the sales. Although, again, like Stig was pointing out, there's certain YouTubers that kept a lot of this stuff alive. Because it's like, well, I'll watch it so you don't have to, and then I'll rip into it, and you send me super chats. It's aggravating. It's
while
very,
their
very
whole
aggravating.
audience is still going out and watching it.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's the other problem too, because then people are like, "Oh, well, I want to see how bad it really is," and then and it's basically it's advertisement for these companies.
Yep.
Listen, if you don't like these companies and you keep screaming how much you hate them, stop giving them your money. Period.
Yeah, they don't. A hate watch is still a watch.
Right, and here's the other side of it. Like Tina's situation, she enjoys watching them with her family. They make fun of it on their own, and they have amusement out of it. That's something they want to do. That's good for them. And a lot of times she likes certain things as well. That's fine. That's her choice. Cool. Spend your money how you want to spend your money. I'm not telling anyone otherwise. But if, again, you're online preaching nonstop about a boycott and then you're doing this stuff, it's hypocrisy. It's very simple. It's plain. It's plain to see. But
you're a hooer.
Oh, shit. But yeah, so don't worry. I'm sure the same people are going to run out and buy Whoopi Goldberg's comic book about menstruation.
I'm not joking, man. I was scared because I'm like nobody in their sane mind would buy that. But the insane will. The mentally ill. It's going to make at least $1, Bob.
I don't think there's going to be any menstruation in this. She's menopausal. That time has passed.
It'll just be the heat flash power.
Don't forget
the Ark of the Covenant. There's just going to be dust.
I was gonna grab a clip of her when she was talking about the Holocaust, just as a reminder. But it might hurt my channel, so I didn't. She shows how ignorant she's been over many things, saying racism had nothing to do with all that. It's excuse me.
Yeah.
She only looks at skin color apparently.
Yeah. My grandfather didn't spend the rest of his life sleeping in a basement because he screamed at night at 3 a.m. Because it wasn't racist.
Right. This is what I'm saying. I had family that they were involved in they had to fight in the wars and stuff too. There's a lot of people. I gone through a whole bunch of stuff. How this woman wasn't canceled, I have no idea. But you know how they are over there. As long as they're still preaching what they have to preach for certain agendas, they get to keep their jobs. But don't worry, she's going to save the comic book industry with the comic book about herself going through menopause. So
it's always themselves too. They always insert themselves into their work.
They're narcissists. That's how it works. And she claims she's a lifelong. Well, she claims she's a lifelong comic book fan, and I know she has a massive collection. I've heard some stuff. I had done these political covers years ago, 15 years, maybe longer. I don't know. I forgot. But basically, those things got recognition, and they showed them off, and it was both sides. Because again, I honestly I don't trust either side. It was just a paycheck to me because I do good portraits, and these people showed off my books on there. Well, just the covers. I only do the covers. I never even read the stories, but and you could tell the narcissism of someone because I didn't draw her. There's a few other ones that I drew, and she wasn't in that circle. But hey, look, you finally got your book that's gonna flop. So God bless. Yeah. So like I said, for me, I don't care. Just be good to people. No one knows how to do that anymore. Now it's just they're forcing their own views, their agendas. They want to force you to just ingest all this crap. I'm saying, have your own free mind still before AI takes over, because that's the next topic. Holy crap, this is insane. Have you guys heard about the AI that's just mimicking people's voices now? And
it's perfect. Pitch perfect too.
Pitch perfect. This is insane. All they need to do is listen to about 30 seconds of your voice. They put it in whatever this program machine is or whatever, and they could just type up anything and make it sound exactly like you. And there are some very bad things happening. There are criminals who are using it, talking about a ransom for their kids. There was a woman on the news who she got a phone call, and she hears her daughter screaming bloody murder, and that she's kidnapped and all this. And then the people who kidnapped her apparently said, "Oh, we want to extort you for this amount of money, blah, blah, blah." And the woman's freaking out. She's free. She thought her kid was kidnapped, and she texted her real quick and found out that no, she was fine. She was at the mall with her friends. And then she called her up and says, "What are you talking about, Mom?" Yeah, this is really evil, the stuff that's going on right now. So people are doing some very nefarious things. AI is getting to that point. I know Elon Musk was warning folks about that as well. He said the dangers of AI they're extreme at this point. There should be some kind of fail-safe on it to shut down these kind of programs, but they're so advanced now. They're smarter than us. It's getting to a very, very scary point. We're seeing it in the art community as well. People are using these AI programs to generate artwork.
It's all over Twitter now. I'm like, oh, that's a cool looking art book, or like a cover to a book or whatever. And then I see like she's got 8 fingers, or like there's like a weird like the worst though. The absolute worst of that AI art is when you can see where the signature was on the piece that it stole it from, and it's all like muddled and illegible.
Yep, it's
like bad.
Oh, it's awful. It's evil. It's absolutely evil. Because it's mixing up artwork that they find with computer images, with photos, you name it. It's whatever it's being fed. It's this giant database with billions of images in it.
They're all the Google images.
Google images, you name it. So you type in your little sequence or whatever, what you want. Fat girl running in the park. Do
you really want that?
Being chased by skinny people.
With forks.
And you'll have an image of like Lizzo with 12 fingers, 8 thighs.
Did you see the pizza commercial? The AI
beer
generated
commercial.
No.
Oh,
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
God.
No, it was,
Dude, the pizza commercial was a nightmare. Like that was nightmare fuel.
I thought it was another beer commercial.
No, they have one called like Pizza Hug.
Is
Pizza
it the one with the
Hug
people in the
box or-
backyard?
No, it's
Or
like
it's
it
a
looks like a
different one,
Pizza Hut commercial that they like mangled. They like, and the pizza gets delivered, and the guy like opens his chest and pulls a pizza.
Jesus. That's creepy. The one I saw was, I think it was another beer commercial or a Coca-Cola, something like that. You see people in the backyard, with their coolers and they're drinking and everything, and like, oh my God, it was so bizarre. It looked like a mitten that turned into 12 fingers on one hand, and then like the beer mug was through the guy's face.
Yep, that's
so.
Oh
so
God,
bizarre.
yeah, I'm watching this thing now. It's like, what in the hell?
Is that the Pizza Hug one?
Mm-hmm. No, it's the
beer one.
Pizza Magic.
Pizza. Okay.
Pizza Magic. Well, if they're letting us know this stuff, that they're beyond that point, right?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay. Just yeah.
Okay, I found the commercial.
Pepperoni Hug Spot or whatever.
Yep, Pepperoni Hug Spot. AI TV. Dude, this stuff is nice.
They had.
Stig.
They had, I don't know if you guys heard me talk about this before, but a lot of this technology they had in the 80s, and I have proof of it. If you guys ever want to look up, I think it's 1985, maybe 84, a book called Who's Who in America. You will find me in there, a picture of me dressed up, tie on, all that stuff, and I never posed for that picture.
Wow.
But it's a perfect image of me done in the 80s. They've had this for a while.
Crap. So you're actually Albert Wesker in Resident Evil, right? They put him in the background with all the other scientists. These guys' glasses on. Oh man, sorry. I in the end of the original game, like I was like, oh snap! Like I knew.
Nope, it had my name. They contacted me. They said, "Hey, how do you like this? You want to come work for us?" And I just, no, you're freaking the heck out of me. But yeah, it was in the 80s.
Wow. That's amazing. Jesus. I was going to say real quick, too, because Stig was talking about, so technically, yeah, you can make porn with AI art. Well, here was the thing. They started to jam up a couple of those AI programs with that. They said they were loading it up with porn so it would screw up and crash. And
that's a lot of porn.
Right? Well, there's a lot of porn online. So, yeah, I thought that was pretty hilarious. But apparently, I guess there are different platforms and programs that are just, I guess they bypass that, but yeah, it's going to get to that point. We're like right there. They said it's learning so quickly that it's starting to correct a lot of their silly mistakes. It's the cheaper AI programs are the ones that you'll still have like 12 fingers on one hand and whatnot. Like it's getting better. And the thing is, like every time you type more stuff in, like you could have something that's kind of like a loose image. You go like a father and his kids playing hopscotch in a park, and you'll have some kind of weird loose image. It looks kind of funky, but then when you put more detail in there, like, oh, it's sunset, there are people sitting on a park bench overlooking when you get more detail, there's more images that they'll smash together. And then if it's an art style you're looking for and you type in that artist, it's going to search through their database and find the similar colors and style of that artist and screw them over. That's why a lot of people, like on ArtStation and DeviantArt and stuff like that, like they're trying to boycott this stuff. But I know a lot of movie houses and those companies, they're fine with it, or they don't know, because whoever they're hiring are using these programs and then they're fudging it themselves and they're trying to make it look like, oh yeah, we're concept artists. You're not. You're thieves.
There's another conversation that was had, same people that I mentioned earlier, where and this is the sad truth, where if you were to take, our age group, people older, and have them read scripts or stories that were generated by AI, we could start to recognize, this is not the real deal. Where you're talking to millennial, Gen Z, they'll look at it, and they have been so dumbed down, they cannot tell the difference. They don't have the cognitive ability. So even if the AIs didn't improve, the following generations can't tell the difference where we could.
Because they're all brainwashed AI themselves.
Yep.
That's it.
King of Squib's comment here is exactly why I love that movie. God, what was the one about the female robot girl?
Ex Machina.
No,
Weird Science.
No, it hasn't. It starts with an M, and it's
Oh,
just
Megan.
the girls. Yeah, Megan. There we go.
Yeah.
M3gan.
Mhm.
That's what that whole movie is about, and it's warning people,
Yep.
and they completely
Yes.
ignore it.
That's it. Yeah, like King of Swip said,
Mhm.
smart person. We created a giant AI, common sense person. What limit did you put on it? Smart person, none.
Yeah, and that's
Yeah.
what led to the whole bedlam that was the Megan movie.
Well, like movies,
I Robot.
like movies are like things that like condition us to be acceptant of things anyway. So.
Oh yeah, starts with a P and ends with an A.
Yep.
Yeah, Megan. Yeah, that's yeah.
Yeah, dude, it's crazy. It's really crazy. But yeah, Megan was a good movie, and yeah, and for that as well, it had the warning. You know, it had something we should all be looking into and being mindful of.
It's like Yuri Bezmenov is like,
groupthink is that's the downfall of civilization. It's cult mentality. It's stuff like that. That's why I said everyone who comes on my stream, like, I like to have good conversations, especially Sundays. We have the round table because it's good getting all different opinions. That's usually how stuff should be. Because listen, like what they did with media right now. Everyone saw what happened to Tucker. He was the last person that was giving somewhat of a different view on things. And now that he's gone, they're all doing cartwheels and they're all putting out a certain script.
Yeah, there's no.
And there's no one fighting it now. You know, so I got to play. I forgot to play this earlier. Here you go, guys.
Go fuck yourself. That's the first thing I want to say tonight.
So the whole thing
saying
he was talking about media matters. I cut down the clip, but yeah, it's funny stuff.
Yeah, there's a saying. You know, a person is smart, people are stupid, and that is very true. You're talking about the crowd mentality or whatever. Yeah. Like, don't just go along with it. You know, like that's individuality. The individual is the smallest minority in the world. Like that's who we should be protecting. The individual. Anything else, immutable qualities, that's garbage. Nobody cares.
Yeah, there's a lot more stuff that's going on. I mean, like I said, we still have to look into those other, either Rumble or Odyssey. I have both. I just need to figure out how to grab the key code thing and do it over there. But we can really break down stuff if you guys want, because there is a lot more information coming out about certain things and what's going on around the world that no one's talking about over here. And I got video clips from officials, from people in high positions who are against certain agendas that are happening right now. And I think it is important to talk about. So I don't know when we're going to do that. We're going to have to make a time and figure it out, because I can't do it on YouTube. YouTube, they're too strict with everything. And again, I don't care what side you're on. This isn't about sides. This is about doing the right thing and you know, being good to one another, because they want unrest. They want people to fight all the time. Another example, something I saw recently, they put out some article that Ninja Turtles now, their human form is they're African Americans. Just like they just put it out there just for the sake of it. Now let's break this down, because
we was turtles and shit.
They are not human. They are literally turtles that had a mutant gene that grew them up. So they have no human DNA whatsoever.
Yeah, they're not ethnic. There's no ethnicity to a turtle.
No
they'd
color
be like Native Americans, wouldn't they?
Yeah, there's no color other than green. And yes, you're right. They are American.
Turtle soup.
Tell that to the orcs.
You know, but why did they put that?
If
out?
anything, they would be like Asian or whatever, because Splinter, he
or Italian pizza.
Hold on. We're gonna put a pin in that. Adega made a perfect point. They would be Italian. They have Italian names. I'm sure Mario ran by. Maybe his hair or something fell into that juice. No. But woohoo! He's like, I got 4 kids. I'm out of here. So he ran into another portal and left. No, Italians don't do that unless they're scummy people. But anyway, but no. All joking aside, again, they're not black, they're not white, they're not Asian, they're turtles, and that's it. So they're trying anything to have a war, to have people fighting online, to keep all this nonsense going left, right, and center. It is so stupid. Something else I saw that was like, to me, I thought it was kind of idiotic in the casting. They want to get Carl Urban. I think he just signed for Mortal Kombat 2, not to play Kano, which would be, he's Australian or New Zealand. It makes sense. Nope. We're going with he's going to be Johnny Cage. What that makes zero sense to me. Zero sense. Yeah. But, it's just so they could kind of...
They already have a Kano, though.
Yeah, well, Johnny Cage is a little younger.
Yeah, he's in the first one.
Okay, I didn't see
they already have
Dude, that movie was awful, too, by the way.
I heard
it had good elements of it.
I heard the fatalities were good.
No, they cucked out Liu Kang. They made him this, like, little soy boy thing. Dude, Liu Kang is Bruce Lee, okay?
Right,
that guy should have been, like, the dude. And no, they like added in their own little self-insert hero who like has like magical demon powers and stuff and like grows armor and swords and shit. I'm like, what the hell is this? This isn't Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, he was bad.
Yeah, I have not seen it, but yeah, man.
Tony.
Which one did he put now?
Oh, it was 5:53. Yeah. I'm sorry, I caught it a little late, but it's funny.
Yeah. Oh, man. I don't know, man. All this stuff to me is just so bizarre on every level. But, just wake up to it. Ignore the garbage. I mean, yeah, we can laugh at it, but, if people are sitting there having a back and forth fight over this stuff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I got
that's what they want.
I got blocked on Twitter because I was like, the whole Forces Female thing is coming to fruition. And like apparently somebody got all angry and they're like, "Oh, you're this group or you're that group," and I'm like, "Dude, I don't even know what the hell you're talking about. I don't know what that has to do with your argument." Like, you're just anti-feminist and and a nationalist, and I'm like, okay, well, just to set the record straight, if you're not rooting for the home team, then you really should get out of the stadium. I mean, that's the opposite of nationalism is globalism. Yeah. And I don't know about you, but that's not a good idea.
Right. Yet, one of the main characters of his book is female. So,
look at that. Yeah, my
God. She's feeding Mario mushrooms all day, apparently.
She's getting the mushrooms fed to her.
Gee, I don't know. These people, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. All this stuff is. But that's why we try to do our best to put out quality things for everyone. Batman forever.
Yeah.
I haven't pulled up a Batman in a while. Well, not during the series. Yeah, man. Batman's forever. Yeah. Remember, enjoy your entertainment like I'm enjoying She-Hulk right now. Yeah, dude. It's madness. All this stuff is madness. But the thing is, put out good in the world. That's going to be a better thing. Everyone who's just living in negativity 24/7, it's just going to bring more negativity. I mean, it's kind of common sense, That's why we do what we could here. We talk about, funny things and, we try to break some stuff down, but we always try to get back to comedy because I think it's important for people to laugh. And, we have quality projects out there. There's cool stuff all the time. Check out this one.
If you don't log on to Indiegogo and support Shadow with the Kraken by Vinnieart Mello, let me tell you something. You will never know how sweet it is to see that pirate booty. Oh yeah, there's pirate booty, there's violence, there's mystery, and there's mysticism, and there's intrigue in the story, like the which you've never seen before or never see again from the madness. That's only if you back Shadow with the Kraken on Indiegogo from one of the most dependable creators in the independent community. This will be his 6th campaign he's got to fill. Oh yeah, and he'll fill this campaign and then he'll fill Billy's mom.
And it's shipping right now. So if you want that good stuff... Yeah, go ahead.
I was just going to say, and they lived happily ever after.
Except for Billy, he was traumatized.
Grace, Billy's mom.
I watched Innocent Blood or whatever. Speaking of Robert Loggia.
Oh, you finally
Yes!
did?
That was pretty fucking awesome.
Yes.
I told you, man.
That vampire chick is smoking.
Yes, she is.
Absolutely. I believe she was
The
the
handcuff
first.
scene.
Yeah,
Oh
wasn't
yeah,
she-
yeah. That was yeah.
Yeah, wasn't she the first La Femme Nikita, I believe?
Oh yeah,
I think that was her. But yeah, dude, that movie was awesome. Like I said, we should be doing a watch party on that because that was so good. Even that sex scene was. She's like, she just breaks the handcuffs, and he's like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, because he's like,
I wanted
here,
to
I'll
make
do
you
this
feel-
for your safety.
Yeah. That was hilarious. But yeah, dude, Robert Loggia, man, he was so good in there.
Mhm.
Especially when he jumped off the rooftop and then into the bus.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's all swearing at him and stuff.
Yeah. That was so good. Here he is from that movie.
Okay.
And
That's
yeah,
gonna be my
that was
ringtone.
Sam Raimi that he yells at.
Mhm.
Get out of here. Did you see it in the film?
Yep, I knew he looked familiar. I thought it was his brother,
Jocks are the mighty.
Sam Raimi's brother, because they kind of look similar.
Yeah, they look a little similar. His brother's got more of a longer face. I think he's a little taller too. But they're great. They're awesome. That movie was a trip. If you guys haven't seen it out there and you want to go see it, I highly recommend it. What did you see it on? What platform did you see it on?
I think I did it on cable on demand. I just rented it.
Yeah, because that one, and we still got to do Wise Guys because that's another one that especially if you love that one. Wise Guys is also just damn funny. Danny DeVito, Joe Piscopo, Captain Lou Albano, Harvey Keitel. There's great guys in there. Hilarious stuff. I play those clips all the time. Maybe we'll play one later as well. But it's all good stuff. So, but let's go around the horn. I mean, it's around that time. We're getting there. So, Draven,
you can't go around the horn. You can't do it. I refuse to let.
Oh shit!
Where did that thing come from?
He's not a
There's
thing.
it's all over YouTube. I have arrived.
Black jelly beans everywhere.
Is there any topics you want to talk about, Tommy, before we start doing sign-outs?
Yeah. I want to know why these stores suck at keeping this stuff in stock.
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
I just got back. The wife actually was going in late today, so I had to go out with her to all these different stores, and then I don't even want to begin to start with the nightmare that was AT&T as my wife is trying to upgrade her phone. But I'm going to looking around some of the stock that they have in the stores for, especially Hasbro, and I was just dying laughing because they have nothing. They have nothing. They have trash sitting out there, and it's the same trash that won't sell. They have to keep marking down. Unfortunately for you, Vinny, they did not have any Street Fighters, and I checked all three Targets. Absolutely zilch. But I did see a few other things, like a very odd one is like roast beef and stuff like that. Nowhere to be found in any of their stores right now. I don't know what's going on with that.
Oh, wow. Yeah, like I said, we got to do a stream on another platform so we can talk about some of these other things and, in more detail since we can't do it here. But, dude, yeah, it's crazy. The only thing you really missed today was we kind of covered how Whoopi Goldberg was going to save comic books with a menopausal comic book. No joke.
Yeah, everybody's looking forward to that. And by the way, I don't know who at Target thought it was a good idea to put a Lizzo shirt in the men's aisle. But clean up in aisle 3. Yeah.
Was it a tarp? Oh, it wasn't hers. It was
it should have been in housewares, but no, this is just a T-shirt with that behemoth's face on it. Like,
wow.
Why?
That's bizarre. I don't know. Never mind. I'm not gonna say what I was gonna say.
If you really hated somebody, that would be the perfect gift. But other than that, I don't know why.
Well, either that or you could get them tickets to a Marvel movie. That's also a horrible gift if you can. We talked about the writer's strike. It's kind of connected to all the Hollywood stuff because they're using the strike to cover up for their shortcomings. They're going to blame the writer's strike on why movies and shows are doing poorly now. This is a cover-up. That's what it looks like to me. And AI that's been super evil. And the voice-generated things now, they can mimic anyone just by listening to your voice for about 30 seconds. and yeah, they tried to do a ransom on this woman. It was on the news, and she thought her kid was screaming and that she got kidnapped and all this stuff, and they were trying to extort money from this poor lady. But she was smart. She contacted her daughter as quickly as she could and found out she was at the mall with her friends or something. And she called her mom like, no, I'm okay. What's going on? What the hell? And yeah, so criminals are using AI in a very, very, very demented and evil way. So,
hey man, we've been worried about all this shit through all kinds of different media, whether it's been comic books, whether it's been regular books, or whether it's been movies. We've seen it over and over again, the evils of freaking technology, and nobody's been paying attention.
No, you know what it is?
Really, be conditioning people to accept it. That's the thing.
That's
and
exactly
they did the same thing with like aliens and stuff and UFOs, like and all that.
Well, once again, it goes back to the biggest lesson of all. Those who do not learn from history are doomed to repeat it, and the cycle continues.
Yeah,
but also that Orwell saying, those who control the present control the past, and those who control the past control the future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's exactly it. But yeah, it is conditioning. They want people. They want it to be normalized. But when stuff does get to that point, it's, oh yeah, we already saw it. Yeah, okay. So whatever harmful things are happening now, like you're okay with it? No, it's out of our control at this point. You know, it's a scary situation. It really is. But you know, be mindful. Yeah, just be aware these kind of things are happening. So, yeah, it's nuts. But yeah, we were about to go around the horn, so because it's about that time. So yeah, Draven, let us know what's happening tonight.
Yeah, so at 7 p.m. we're gonna watch Dynamite, Rampage, and ROH TV. Should be a good show. This is the card for Dynamite. It's a pretty stacked card for Dynamite. We got a bunch of stuff going on there.
I see a couple of hotties that are stacked. You're right.
Oh yeah. I kind of had some of it spoiled, so there's a return of a specific female too. So yeah.
All right.
So yeah.
What time are we starting again?
7, and we'll do Dynamite first, then Rampage, because I know Tony doesn't really like ROH very much, so I wanted him to be able to watch both Dynamite and Rampage.
Okay, very cool, man. Dude, thank you for being on, and
yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, dude, and for like your insight as well. Chris, brother, let her know where they could find you. And if you have any other comic books that have, you know, female leads in it,
you'll find them on the balcony
with asses like that.
Yeah. Apparently the MR Gun limited card was a hit because I had the picture you're seeing was actually put on a 5x7 holofoil card back in the first book's campaign, and everybody that backed a finite perk, you know, one of like the variant covers or like one of the bigger tier perks, got that card tossed in with no extra charge. And people are like, dude, I want that as a mouse pad. I'm like, yeah, like one of those 3D mouse pads where you rest your wrist on the butt.
Yeah, doing that.
She's kind of stacked too up top.
I can use a mouse pad.
Well, yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's like in the world of Infinitale, or at least in the world of Hesperia, which is one of the worlds of Infinitale. Yeah, the elves are these pretty people with problems, and yeah, I mean, the idea is that we're watching a civilization that's had everything handed to them, pampered people, eternal youth, eternal beauty, everything, suddenly have it all lost. Like, how do these people react? And you get to see that throughout the 10-book series. And we're working on book 2 now. And unfortunately, book 2 it's double everything. You know, it's double the book, double the size, blah, 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 whatever. I mean, I've said it 1,000 times, but like, it's also, it's taken like almost 2 years now to get the second book out. But a lot of that is I want to maintain the loyalty, I guess, or I want to be deserving of the support that I got in the first book, because dude, nobody has like trash talked the first book. And as somebody that works in UX, which is user experience design, I'm used to every day my work being like torn to shreds. It's kind of, you know, that's part and parcel. That's how it works in user experience. Yep. But nobody, like everybody that's back the book, even on Amazon, dude, I got like ratings. Everybody's like 5 stars, 4 stars or whatever. And I'm doing pretty decent on Amazon now, which is surprising because for a while, like I hadn't been promoting it. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, hey, you got a cool check. Thank you. But
nice.
Yeah, I'm hoping that when book 2 comes out, I can earn that follow up support from book 1, and maybe some people who missed out on the first campaign will be like, hey, maybe it's worth jumping in now, and we can see how see the story from the start, because this secondary or this sophomore offering in the series, dude, stuff gets wild. I've been running through some of it with some of the proofreaders, and like, oh damn, dude. Let's just say that not everybody survives, but yeah, it's gonna get kind of rough. So
yeah, I know some stuff.
yeah. If you like elves, you like the book. If you hate elves, you'll really like the book. So they get messed up.
Yeah, Chris gave me a pretty good rundown of what's going to be happening and all that stuff. And dude, this is an entertaining book. The story is awesome. I love that first one, guys. Definitely give Chris support. You get those links out there and all that, because it's going to help. It's definitely going to help again, and that's the way to go right now, especially with all the nonsense that Hollywood and all these other companies are doing. Like, it's got to do what we got to do here. You're right.
Chris has gotten very good praise for his book. At least 2 boxes of Kleenex and 1 big giant bottle of lotion. So everybody has been praising this one.
Well, here's the other thing, just in my defense for being late. I didn't ask for anybody's money yet, so I'm not on the hook for owing. In my opinion, the reason why I'm late is because I want to have this book done before I start asking people for money.
Yeah, no, Chris, I'm the same exact way. It's taking time for City of Venus too, and that's fine, because I'm not launching a campaign like that to drain people and make them wait and wait and wait. No. If you're launching a campaign, then we can put the whole Vinnie 316 says no excuse for your late books. Come on now. If you're running a campaign, that means your stuff should be already all set up, ready to go. At this point, it used to be. I
just sketched your ass.
Well, you know what, Chris? I don't see how you could even possibly refer to it as being late. I mean, not unless you've had some transitioning going on, and there's some things that we need to know.
Well, what I was going to say was, because right now, I mean, people were using the crowdfunders to get the money in order to pay their artists and everything. But I think we got to this point where it's so broken now because of these other huge campaigns and super late YouTubers who harm this on every level, who've attacked people, who've done very unprofessional things all over the place. They hurt the crowdfunding indie scene in such a massive way that's why I suggest, I mean, again, you can still do whatever way you want. Try to get your stuff done first and then launch. That's my advice on this, because these people really did. They did so much damage. It's insane.
Yeah, you're on the hook. Once you ask for money, it's like it becomes a question of your own product management skills. If it's taking you like 3 years to get a book out, you probably shouldn't have. You should have been further along in your production. And I understand
before you
the whole
launch,
concept of like I understand crowdfunding. Like I can't get the, but it's like, dude, lessen your scope. If it's costing you too much money and you can't afford to get that level of production before you're asking for people's money, then reduce your scope. I mean, that's product management 101.
Yeah, that's it. But speaking of someone else who gets his work done, he's got a number of books out there right now. Bam.
I do.
Big Outlaw.
Just finished the 3rd book of the Blood Witch series. It will air on my channel this coming Sunday, the final chapter and the epilogue. Week after that, if I can talk Tommy into it, a week from Sunday would be a question and answer before I start going on into the next book, which is already on the way. That I'll get all 5 of them done for the Blood Witch stuff. Keep them busy though, and I appreciate everyone's support. Things are going really well.
That is awesome.
Nice.
And I can't wait to talk to you more once you get further along in Resident Evil as well, because I know you just discovered something recently in it.
Oh gosh. Yep. Life's a lot easier now.
Oh, that's great. You didn't know about putting the charms on the
Not a clue. Didn't even pay attention. I just went out and started killing things. Didn't care.
That's hilarious.
Wait, I can get more drops with these charms? Dang it.
More drops, a lot of things. That's why you got to be a sharpshooter, It pays off. Plus, I think the shooting gallery in that game is a lot of fun.
It is. I've been getting S's now and cranking things out.
Yeah.
So.
There's a couple I can't. There's one I did on one save, and then I couldn't do it again on another save, and it was pissing me off. I'm like, I already got this. But yeah, because it's just like that ass hair of and you clip one of the ones you weren't supposed to get. Oh shit! And there goes 500 points. But who told him to put his head in the way? No. We got Tommy over here, brother. Let the people know where they can find you, because I know we did have a fun stream last night as well. The toy stream.
Always have fun every time we're on. Even if things go awry and not according to plan, we're still having fun every single time. Guys, you should know where to find me by now. Tommy and the Guinea Pig Collective, we have already raided your fridge and taken all your goodies away. So they're ours. They belong to the collective, and you may not have realized it, but you've already been assimilated too. We've been planting little cybernetics in your brain while you were sleeping, and you are now part of the collective. But yeah, as far as Doc, as far as it's concerned, getting this union to talk about this book, you just give me the directive, pal, and I am right there, and I'm going to take care of it for you.
All right. No, it's a week from Sunday. It'll be 5:30 Central.
You like how I put little things from the book in there?
Whatever. We're good.
Directive. Okay.
Yep. No, I noticed.
I thought I was being slick.
You gotta love that stuff, man. And yeah, dude, Tommy, fantastic. Everyone on here, you're awesome. Everyone in chat, thank you so much. All the